Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at this iMac and what I'm going to be doing with it. I know Tom has done a video or two actually about his new iMac, and this is just a coincidence because I've got all the parts in today to modify this thing. We haven't actually talked about, Tom and I, we haven't actually talked about releasing these videos relatively close to one another. So, this iMac, well, a little bit of backstory. This is an iMac late 2006, I believe. It was not given to me. I bought it, I think. Yeah, I bought it for around 50 euros or so. A year ago, I think, or more like 8 months ago. I bought it knowingly that it doesn't work. I tried to fix it, but when I opened it up, the power supply and main board were just charred to death. The guy I bought it from said it was an office computer, which I did believe him because there was a bunch of dust in it, indicating that the machine probably had around 8 to 9 hours each day of use. But I think the display, which is going to be tackled in today's video, should be in perfect condition because there are no scratches on it or anything. I actually held up a torch to it and there are no cracks in it. None that I could see. So my plan for this thing is, well, I'm skipping ahead, so let's just trace back to what happened to it. Well, the motherboard and power supply were charred. I looked at getting new parts for it. They were ridiculously expensive, and it wasn't worth it. Not to me. I think this machine was only a 1.83 gigahertz one with 2 gigs of RAM, which, you know, is fine for a little school Mac or something like that, but not really much in today's computing. So, the plan for this machine is take this display and modify it to be useful again. I've got all the parts, and let me just tilt the camera to the left a bit and down a tiny bit. Sorry about the creaking noise, it's just my tripod. Using the Zoom Q4 today. I'm too lazy to grab my Sony camera. So, this I had to pick it up today. It was in the post office because I had to sign for it. This is fresh from China. It's upside down. A little controller board for displays. This one is actually perfectly matched for the display which is in this iMac. It has power input, HDMI, DVI. Is that dual link or DVI? I have no idea. It's the big one with this cross on the right hand. VGA and an audio pass-through. I think this actually has an amplifier, but not going to be using this. This board was, well, this board in the accessories, which I'm going to show you next. This was fucking expensive. I'm not going to lie. 50 euros for this little PCB. This better be worth it. Let's just put it like that. Wrapping this back up. Actually, it came in this bubble wrap kind of thing, which not the biggest fan of it. I would have preferred an anti-static bag, but only so much you can do. In this little package, we have the LCD buttons, a new inverter, because the one which is on this display, this is an LG model by the way, is probably not compatible with anything other than an Apple motherboard. So they gave me a new inverter, which is cool. A cable for that, a cable for this button board, and a new LVDS cable, which I'm going to be careful with, because these cables, I don't know if you can see that, I don't know if my camera can focus in, but this is going to be very delicate. Let's just put it like that. I'm going to be putting this down. The LVDS cable that's on the iMac or inside the iMac right now is not compatible, which is a shame, but they gave me one, and for 50 quid I think they should have bloody done so. Wrapping this stuff back up for a second, moving it over here. The next thing we have, which looks like a mess, but it's okay, a little power supply, 5 volt supply with 3.5 amps. This was a little plug pack. I actually chopped off the plastic to make it fit. I'm going to be soldering these connections to a grounded cable. This is a power supply I found in my junk drawer. It also had a plastic cage on it, but I took that off in preparation to making this video. This is a 12 volt supply with 3 amps, which should be plenty for this little controller board and LCD. I actually checked back with the seller and took a look at his product guide to see what kind of power supply you need, and this is exactly this. I don't know if this plug is going to fit. We'll find out. If it doesn't, I'll just solder it. Moving along, we have a little D-Link USB hub, which has been through hell and back, but it still works, so I'm going to be using this. The plan for this is having this in the bottom, or somewhere relatively close so I can access the ports. Feeding one USB cable out the back along with VGA and HDMI, and having this feeding a little optical drive USB caddy, which I'm just going to be using this controller board which is in this to use the, I don't know if it's combo or super drive, but who cares. I'm going to be using the built-in optical drive which is in the iMac. If I can be bothered to dig up some kind of USB to SATA converter, I could actually use the hard drive which is in there, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Anyway, moving along, as I said, I found this chopped up cable, which should be perfect because it has live, neutral and grounding wire. Little, oh, I'm not going to be using this, why did I put it here? Anyway, USB cable for the hub, HDMI, a tiny little HDMI cable, which is the only one I have at the moment, so this better work. And same story with this VGA cable, it's the only one I've got, so yeah, I usually have an abundance of these things, but not today, unfortunately. Anyway, moving this stuff to the side. Sorry about the reverb in this video, I think it should be pretty bad, judging by the meters on my camera. Getting this stuff out of the way and being careful, relatively careful with this. The first thing we should do is crack open this iMac. Sorry about the creaky tripod. Crack open this iMac, take the display out and test it with this controller board. I really hope this works out. I can worry about power supply and cable management and stuff at a later date. I just want to see if this is even going to work. Otherwise, I'm going to be fairly pissed. So let me cut the video here, right, and I'll start cracking open this iMac. I stand to be corrected about the specs in this iMac. I don't know if you can see it, so I'll just read it to you. iMac 17 inch, 2 GHz, 1 GB of RAM, 160 gig hard drive, SD BTAP, so I think that stands for Super Drive, Bluetooth and Airport. Which, cool. Got a DVD burner in this thing, which is awesome. Let me just move the camera a bit. Sorry. You know, an entire YouTube stuff, not really used to it yet. Here's one little clue about the fate of this iMac. Nothing inside. Even the power supply hole is empty. Well, power supply port. Screw it. But you can see it's in pretty okay nick, at least from the back. The front is looking very nice also. Heck, it's, I don't know, 2006 machine I think, so it's quite a bit old. Whatever, it's going to work out. So let me move the camera back again and reset up my tripod. Very unprofessional video today, guys, but who cares? I do apologize. Now, to open these iMacs, you're going to be needing a Torx screwdriver and some kind of plastic card, which this is actually a paper card with plastic on top of it, which should work fine. I actually used it before. So let's see which size Torx screwdriver we need. Nope, that's not the one. I swear I was able to remember this the last time I opened it up, which has only been like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so quite. This one maybe? Yeah, there we go. Let's see what kind of size that is. Oh great, it doesn't say. Whatever. So you're going to be needing a Torx screwdriver. I have opened this thing up quite a number of times, so I don't actually need a guide to open this one up anymore. Alright, I've just found a nice place for my screws. They are all in a different kind of screw. I think they're not all the same length, which is not going to be mattering with what I'm going to be doing with it. If this had the original parts in it, the original motherboard and stuff, I would be careful to reinsert all the right screws, but there's nothing to short out. This case is pretty much empty, so it doesn't really matter. To me at least. If there's some kind of Mac aficionado here watching who's cringing, you're welcome to leave. Alright, let me just set up the camera again. So, you can see this vent is, well, totally fucking empty. And you can actually see the metal and reinforcing plates within. This machine actually has a metal chassis inside, which is very, very cool. So, let's hope I can remember how to take this apart. I think you go like that. That doesn't click. Let's watch me destroy this machine. Well, it's pretty much fucked anyway, so maybe. Come on. Oh, I think one of these hinges, one of these snaps might actually be bad, so come on, this wasn't as hard the last time. Oh, you do it from the... Sorry guys, you do it from the top. I totally forgot about this. There we go. There's the machine. Pretty much off its face. So let's take this front piece off. This is, well, the faceplate with the, there you go, with the iSight camera and microphone, which I'm not going to be using. I don't know if this is a Firewire interface or USB one, so I actually have no idea, which means I'm not going to be messing with it. So here's the iMac in quite disassembled form. You can see we've got the original power button with cable over here. This is the original LVDS cable, I believe. This is the cable for the inverter, so this would carry 12 volts to it. And this display is held in by 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, I think. Yes, and they should also be the same kind of Torx bit as the case used, I believe. Yep, I'm correct. Oh, this screw actually didn't fall into the case, which is quite surprising. It's very tough working on this camera. Let me just place this over here. Sorry about the very rough nature of this video, guys. This must be pretty embarrassing. Not to me, but to someone. Another screw down. This one actually did fall, but you know, whatever. Let me just move this machine over here. There's a screw and there's also a screw. Okay, so I'm holding the LCD up with one hand while unscrewing, because I don't want this thing to crash down, because that would ruin my entire day. Can't wait to see if this works. Pretty freaking excited. Alrighty, I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Here's the LCD. Let me just hold this while picking out the screws. Where did that last one go? Probably behind the optical drive. Here, quick look inside. Original hard drive, which I'm going to take out for now, and the original optical drive, which is a super drive apparently. And here you can see the metal structure inside. This is the hinge mechanism. This one was pretty busted when I got it, but just taking it off and cleaning it out a bit, ripping the shielding material out and screwing it back in seems to have fixed it, which is cool. Actually note, if you're doing this or taking an iMac apart, which I want to state, this is not a tutorial, guys. If you do this, I'm not responsible. I don't want to be held responsible for someone breaking their computer or electrocuting themselves or something, because I am not a professional when it comes to electricity, so please keep that in mind. Please note, this little RAM door, I don't think you have to remove this when taking the computer apart, but it's hard to tell at this stage because there are no actually parts left inside other than those three I just mentioned. Taking a look at this display, you can see it's the LG version, LM171W02 TLB2, which is exactly what I bought this driver board for. This over here is the inverter. Sorry, can't see that. This over here is the inverter, and this is going to be replaced. So, I think I'm going to be shuffling around my workbench a bit, so we can take a look at this display in hopefully working condition. Back in a bit. So, here we have the display itself. Sorry about my very shitty camera work. I do apologize. Not really. Display itself, we have the controller board over here, inverter, button board. I think they actually called it remote control in their guide. The guide was pretty much, well, it's all common sense things, you know, when you actually get to doing this stuff, but this guide wasn't really helpful at all. It's pretty much badly translated English, so Chinglish at best. Cable for that. The LVDS cable, which, let's see if this is even going to fit. Looks like it might. Okay, let's do that first, because I'm quite worried about that. To remove the LVDS cable, all you have to do is pinch these two connectors, or these two levers, and just remove it. This is actually quite intricate. Sorry, me English not good. This is actually quite the cable managed. You can see it would fit in there like that. But let's take a look if this new LVDS cable is going to fit. Actually, what's the right direction? Pins go down. Okay, this way. Yeah, it actually says up on it in some strange alien writing. Let's see. Please fit. Alright! Awesome! Okay. This is off to a good start. Which I shouldn't be saying that, because something is going to go wrong the next instant. Never say never, right? Okay, looking at this inverter board, I think it's just taped in, so yeah, tape over that. That's the CFL on top. Another piece of tape down here. Oh, that's tough tape. The CFL cable from the bottom, and this. Oh, I'm breaking it. Who cares? It's a busted inverter. Well, not busted, but I can't use it, so it has to leave. Oh, I bent it up quite badly, but fuck it. It's busted anyway, and yeah, I did just toss it over my shoulder. Okay. The next thing is this inverter, which direction does this thing go on? I'm guessing like that. Of course. It doesn't really matter, does it? Yep. think this way. Actually, let me check. Do they go in any other direction? Oh, quite tough to pull out. They don't, so they have to go in like that. Okay. This one goes in on top. Alright. The cable for my inverter goes in like this. Really excited to see if this is going to work. Watch me destroy it live. Well, not live. As live as I could get it. This over here is a connector for the inverter. Let's plug this baby in. I think that's in. Wow, this is looking quite messy already. Let me just move the entire display unit up a bit so I can place this inverter down here. This is going to be for my display board. Well, button board or remote control. Like that. Pins are actually a bit bent on this one. This actually just came in this bubble wrap and a little shitty cardboard box all the way from China. But I guess if this works, I'm not going to be too worried about it. Okay, so we've got this, we've got this, we've got this. Oh, we have to... This is another scary part. The other side of the LVDS cable. Red dot matches up to little white arrow I read in the manual. So let's push this down. Clicks into place a little. A couple of connectors not really... Actually stated in the manual that there's a couple of little sockets inside which are probably not going to be flush. And we're supposed to shove these down with a pair of tweezers, which I'm going to be doing once I find my tweezers. They're not in here. Brilliant. Are they in here? No, they're not. Are they in here? Just checking my drawers. It's too big. There we go. Pair of tweezers. Alright, so let's get to tagging these connectors in. Okay, they go down relatively easily. Feeling like I should grab some kind of insulated tool, some plastic spudger or something like that, but sorry if my face is in the shot, guys. This is very hard to see. Let's check the back. Back is looking okay. No bent pins on that one. Let's get rid of this bubble wrap stuff. And now the scary part. Time to connect the power supply. Which I hope this is going to fit. Well, hey! Check this out. Perfect fit. Cool. Untying the cable. Untying the cable. Okay, so plugging this in. Actually, I should take some precautions. I think I'm going to be turning off the power on my power strip down here. I need a figure of 8 cable for testing this now, so let me just grab one. Got a figure of 8 cable. Perfect. So, where's my power strip? Ah, we're in. Good. Okay. Before anything, I'm going to be flipping this display upside down. Well, right side up, I think. Come on, come on. Okay. Grab the inverter, place it over here. We don't want that thing stuck underneath. Ooh. Scary, scary, scary. Okay. I think we're good. So, shoving this all down here. Quite scared about powering this up, if I'm quite honest. Okay, power's off. Figure of 8 goes in. Okay, I think that's in. So, let's watch it go bang. I hope not. Actually, is anything... Nothing shorted out, I think. Quite nervous about this. Actually, let me enclose the power supply in some kind of container. Okay. This is the box my inverter came in, or well, my entire thing. The entire board and stuff. So, pretty excited, eh? I know I'm putting this off. Let me take cover underneath the desk, sort of, to find my power strip. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We got a little flash of the LED over here. Let's press the almighty power button. Green. And looks like a nicely lit display. Let me take you off the tripod for this. It's now gone into standby, I think. Let's push that thing in. Oh no, I turned it off. Alright. Green light on the power supply and a grey display. I hope this is a good sign. Let me set up some kind of PC and plug into that VGA cable. So yeah, let me cut right here and back in a bit. Okay, so we've got the PC plugged in. This is a little Dell computer I've been fixing up for someone. Glad to still have this thing around because it's pretty much the only video source in this room, and I'm not really looking forward of getting my PC over here because that thing weighs a ton and I'd rather not disturb my setup. Okay, let's do the same test once again, but with a video source. Okay, 3, 2, 1, contact. PC is powering up. Or not. And push the power button. Where is it? Where is the power button on this thing? There. PC going on. Turning on rather. Let's see if we have some kind of video signal. Gray display. Nothing so far. I don't know if you can see that. We may have to go back and check our connections because it's just black. The guide actually said to reset the chip on board, and to do that I think we have to hold down the power button and the menu button. Let's do so first. Menu, power. Nothing. Okay, so unplugging the power supply, draining the system. Let's go back to stage 1, which is checking all my connections. Let me do that off camera so I can get my head in there. So guys, this is all I'm getting out of this display. Gray. Might actually just be the inverter powering up. Looks like the display board, the actual frame is busted. I tried everything. I reconnected every cable. I tried to shove down all the pins inside of that LVDS cable. Did the same on this side. Well, replugging it in, but looks like it's just done for. None of the combinations do anything because because we can't see anything. Wiggling the LVDS cable also does nothing. So, yeah. This project is a total fucking fail. I was so looking forward to this, but yeah, great. Fucking great. I even tried plugging in an HDMI source, dragged my PC over here and plugged it in, but it didn't work out. So, yeah. I may be able to buy a new display, but I think that's going to be expensive. So yeah, this project is pretty much done for. Let me turn off this PC over here. That's off. Yeah. No display whatsoever. The board itself seems to be working fine. Can't be the power. Well, it could be, maybe. You know what, let me go to my PC, plug it back in and let me check something. So I took a look on panellook.com, I think it is. It's a great website for checking datasheets for LVDS or any kind of display panel. And the only option I had in mind was to switch this thing over to 5 volt or even 12 volt LVDS voltage. Good thing I checked first, because I think this would have blew up this entire display. Sorry, my fingers in frame. So, because this display uses 3.3 volt as a typical voltage over the LVDS signal. So, this entire thing is a bust. Panel is defective, and I think I can get one a new, well, replacement unit used, I think, for around 90 euros, which is no, not going to be doing this. So yeah, this is a bust. Great. Yeah, not really much to say. Was a good plan, I think, but busted display. Nothing I can do about it. So I guess I might just leave this video at that. There's nothing else to say about it. Yeah, probably going to be cleaning this up and throwing this thing in the recycling bin, along with the iMac case. Or I might just take the hard drive out and test that, and the optical drive, which also might be broken. Looks like the power supply failed rather spectacularly, which, yeah. Anyways, I guess I'll leave it at that. Thank you all for watching, and if any one of you has an idea, please leave it in the comment section, because I might just wait a couple of days before throwing this out. If any of you have an idea, please hit me up, because this is rather frustrating to me. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I guess I'll see you in the next video.